strong guy.
Hey, this is Abby Livingston from the Texas Tribune, and I am recording at the Texas Delegation breakfast. Right now we have Texas State Democratic Chairman Gilbert Hinojosa, and we will soon have Wendy Davis and Cecile Richards of Planned Parenthood.
But you know what? The only guy that could do that in Mission High was him. Not because there wasn't a bunch of other guys that could do it, but nobody touched Manuel Hinojosa's little brother. Nobody did. Because we were family. We took care of each other. We needed to make sure that we had our own little squabbles at home and, on the way to school and stuff. But when we were at school, I was his little brother and he took care of me. Because that's the way it is in a family, right?
Yes.
And that's what we went through yesterday. And we came out of it pretty damn good, didn't we not? And it all started with this wonderful woman by the name of Michelle Obama. And she put it in the proper perspective, right? I mean, because it is all about family, and that's what she was talking about. It's about family and how you strengthen your family and how you make your family have the opportunities to succeed in America. And the only way that we do this is together as a family. And it ended up with a hero to many of us, speaking about what this election really is all about and who is going to make a difference in America after this presidential election, and that's going to be Hillary Clinton. So I was really, really proud of him. I have a 100-year-old house that I have my law office in. And for the last 6 or 7 years, I've had a poster of Bernie Sanders in front of my non-working fireplace, about this big as a frame, talking about where he talks about, yes, we have a huge deficit in America, but this deficit was caused by 2 unpaid wars, the greed in Wall Street, a tax cut for the rich, and he says, and I'll be damned if I'm going to balance the budget on the backs of the poor, children, and the elderly in America. And that's why we love him. And that's why we love what he stands for. And that's why we love where he took our party this election cycle. We are much stronger because of him. Our platform is a platform that really represents what we're all about, our hopes and our dreams that we have always had as Democrats, fighting to make sure that we elect people who are going to do right by our people. We're wrapped up in the things that he talked about last night, right? That's what it's all about. That's why we're here. That's why we fight the fight. That's why we sometimes, even though we don't come out on top, we still get up and fight the fight over and over again because we believe that if we achieve the things that he talked about last night, it will make a better America for all of our folks, right? And so it was with a great deal of pride that I sat last night and watched that man tell it like it is. And I was so proud of him and proud of the Democrats in that convention hall. And I know that each and every one of you all were as well. We have today some speakers that we're going to bring up. But before we do that, I just want to quickly bring up the heads of the 2 campaigns in Texas. I saw them a little while ago. I don't know where they're at right now. Jacob Limon, who was running our Bernie Sanders campaign in Texas. Karen Mao, former activist for our Come on up, Jacob. We'll start off with Jacob saying a few words, and then as soon as Gary comes up, he can talk as well.
Good morning, y'all. If you're like me, you're running on about 3 hours of sleep, but that's what we expect with our conventions. I want to take a moment. Actually, I want to take a few moments to talk with you about some of the folks that I've gotten to know for the last 15 months. The Bernie people, the Bernie Revolution, the Bernie Delegation, and I had a pretty good speech prepared, I thought, and I was going to remind a lot of you guys, in fact, I'll ask a lot of y'all, how many of you were around in 1972 for the McGovern Convention? How many of you guys were excited at the prospect of new things happening and changes happening? All right? I was a young kid when La Raza Unida was still going on, and I remember the passion and the stories of all those folks. So the Bernie delegation, the Bernie people that are walking in the room right now, represent that passion. And I hope you guys will join me in bringing them into the party, bringing them into the family, and bringing them into the next generation of revolution. We need them, and we need to show them that they are welcome, they are loved, and they're going to be part of the future. So some of them are, in fact, 95% of them are new to the process. All right? And we have waited for a miracle in Texas for 20 years at least. And I think we might have one. So it's not always a new effort, and the excitement and passion of all these people isn't always easy. It's definitely not always neat, and it doesn't always follow a plan. So, Judge, if you'll indulge me, they had a statement that they wanted to come up, and I'd like to let them make that statement to you. It may not sound perfect. It may not sound like a perfectly rehearsed unity statement. It might sound like there's still some sore feelings. It might sound like there's still something to be worked on, because there is. We've got a lot of work to get these guys into our party. So please, when you hear them, and when you hear them all day long, I want you to take it with a grain, with the passion that it's intended. I want you to take it and understand that it's coming from a place of genuine belief that we can change the world, just like all of us did when we first started becoming in the Democratic Party. So take that.
Good morning, fellow Democrats.
Good morning.
My name is Russell Lytle. I'm from Denton County, and I am a proud, long-term Democrat. I stand here, brothers and sisters, before you with a lot of long-term Democrats. The message that we bring to our fellow Lone Star delegation as Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton supporters this morning, but more importantly, Democrats and Americans. Is a message of love for what we believe in, a belief in the issues and our liberal, progressive values. And in speaking with all of you, we know a lot of you hold those same progressive values. That being said, the incremental politics that worked so well in the 90s for our party is not working well for our party now. We have lost over 900 seats across this country in the last 8 years. And if that is not a wake-up call for all of us Democrats, then I don't know what is. We don't know what is. Going into this general election in November, what we do know is that when it comes to our progressive values on these issues, is that we know together with the work that we have accomplished and the organizing and the grassroots efforts and the feet on the ground of all of our precinct chairs, of our elected officers that stand before you who have jumped into the party, we have serious concerns about the November election. We know the support that everyone has behind Hillary Clinton. And truly, even though there's been a lot of shade thrown in each direction, democracy was never pretty. And it was never anything short of messy at times. A lot of you have been to plenty of conventions. Union conventions and Democratic conventions are not clean and pretty all the time. What we want to do this morning is we want to come sit with you as our fellow brothers and sisters Democrats and talk with you and share our message and our concerns. And this is starting here from the Lone Star State Delegation, but because of the grassroots communication network that we have been building over the last 2 months as the national delegates across all 57 delegations have been elected, the message is going to continue to spread today to all 57 delegations who have joined us here in Philadelphia. And the message that we are sending to you, because we have such concern, we are going to be utilizing the media contacts that we've made and pushing the message for Bernie Sanders to be our presidential nominee this evening. So please, keep an open mind. We know there's a lot of concern, but I hope that you see the passion up on the stage and the people that are ready to go door to door, the people that have been phone banking like freaking crazy.
Every day.
Because the teams here in Texas, on Bernie's phone bank, were ranked in the top 5 multiple times as we held phone banks. We have been going door to door, and we don't plan to stop. And this revolution isn't going anywhere. So we want to continue to be standing arm in arm with all of you as we proceed to solidify our party with you solid for at least the next 2 decades because of the outcome of this election in November. So we're going to come sit with you and discuss this with you. But we want to be clear. We are currently condemning our current presumptive nominee. This is your turn to do. This is democracy. And we want to
of the